Hey guys, I'm back with a quick Valentine's Day card for the Valentine's Day series of this year. I'll be using this adorable stamp set. This one is by Gerda Steiner Designs and it's called More Than Pie. And I'm going to be using this adorable little bear with his arms outstretched. I'm going to start stamping the image, and I'm using my Misty to help me stamp him so that I can double stamp him if I need to. And I'm going to use my Memento Tuxedo ink, and I'm stamping onto Nina's Solar White 80-pound cardstock. They're both alcohol friendly, and I'm going to use my Copics to color him in. So I do go ahead and stamp him out a couple of times just to get a nice outline. And then I can clean my stamp and start on the coloring. So typically I don't leave my coloring in, but I've been taking some classes over at Kid and Clouder, and I'm kind of slowly building the confidence to start sharing. So let me know what you think of it. And this was a fairly small image to color, and it took very little time. Anyway, I started with E31, and I laid that color down all over just to kind of wet the paper so that I can make the blending a little bit easier. Then I'm taking my darkest color and I'm just adding where I'm going to add shadows. I've kind of put shadows at the base of his head, around his face, by his ears, and then in the corners of his feet. And then I'm going in with my second to darkest, and I'm going just over the edge of what I laid down first, and then I can just extend that a little bit. And then I bring in E31 to continue the same thing. I just go over what I added previously, and then I extend it just a little bit past. Once I go over all those areas, then I take my very lightest marker and I just kind of blend all over, closing any spaces that are left. And I'll have all the markers that I've used listed on my blog post. And I'm trying really hard to remember to leave the caps out, but I do forget. Then I'll take RV00 and RV11 and just kind of color in his ears. And then typically I do go over my images a second time. This time I decided to do more of like a feathering technique, I think is what it's called, or like flicking, kind of what you do for hair, except I kept the flicks really short and really thin, and I'm going in the same order where I'm adding my darkest first, and then I'll blend that out with my E35, which is my second darkest. And again, I'm just adding little flicks just to give him some texture or some fur that looks like fur. And then I'll bring in my E33 and I'll do the same thing, just going over the areas that I previously added and then just kind of extending it further in. And then I finally use my E31 and I finish out the coloring on this image. And that is my latest color. And I think it kind of turned out really cute. Then for his snout, I'm using E53 and E50. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm just kind of flicking in the color, or feathering, I think it's what it's really called. I'm not sure what it's called. I just know what I'm doing it. Anyhow, for his little nose, I just use a W7. And for the pads on his paws, I do the same thing. I'm not using any more colors, but just that one. And then to finish him off, I'm going to use my gel pen to just add 3 little dots on his cheeks, just for some highlights. And that is my image all colored up, and I've used my Scan and Cut to die cut him, leaving just a small white border around. So I'm a little bit on a paper freeze, meaning that I'm not buying any more paper, or I'm trying not to buy any more paper, since I seem to have a little paper hoarding problem, and I'm quickly running out of space where to store it. So I'm trying to be really good and go through my stash first before I justify buying another paper pad. So anyway, I've got my layers all kind of ready to go, and I'm gonna start adhering them. For that first layer, I've used a Lawn Fawn stitched rectangle die. This is the largest one, and it's this paper collection is recollections Valentine's Day from last year. And then from that same paper pad, I've cut out a couple of the teal strips. I love to, especially for Valentine's Day, to mix red, pink, and teal. That just seems to be like one of my most favorite combinations for Valentine's Day. So once I've got a couple of those strips going across, and I've adhered those over the top of the striped paper, I can then take that smallest panel, and I'm going to use some fun foam just to pop that up. And I believed I used an MFT stitch die to die cut this panel. I will have everything I've used linked down below in case you're interested in checking it out. So once I have that adhered, I'm going to use some glue, I think, to... Oh, now I decided to use a piece of vellum, and I've cut that with a lacy heart Lawn Fawn stitch die, sort of for my little bear to kind of sit against. And I felt that it was getting really lost against all of that pattern paper. So I just used a stitch heart die to die cut the red cardstock, and it's also from that same collection, so it's all kind of matchy-matchy. And then the sentiment reads, "Sending you big bear hugs." And I'm going to use my Versamark for that. And then I'll use my white embossing powder and heat set that with my heating tool. Once I'm done with the sentiment, I used a stitched rectangle die to just cut that panel out. And then I can just start adhering the few components that are left onto my card base. Here I'm just taking a little bit of the fun foam, and I'm going to adhere it to just one side of that sentiment, because part of it will kind of sit off of the panel that is popped up. And then I'll do that same thing to the heart. Just a part of it will kind of sit off of the edge of that popped up panel. And so I just want to kind of give that one side a little bit of support. Trim up just a little bit that was hanging over, and then I can adhere the heart. And then finally my little bear will go to the left of the heart. And I decided not to pop him up since I am planning to mail this one, and I don't want it to get too crushed in the mail. So anyhow, I felt that the card was missing just a little bit of some bling, and I decided to try freehand drawing some cards using gold stickles, and that kind of went wonky and out the door rather quickly. The hearts were really lumpy looking. That's the best adjective that I've got, is they were just kind of lumpy looking. So before they even had a chance to dry, I just took a clean paper towel and I wiped it off. And so plan B, I had to kind of cover up some of the spots where the stickles had left traces. So for plan B, I used some Lawn Fawn Hearts dye to die cut the pink hearts. And then I'm just going to place those where, kind of to cover up the smudges where the stickles left their mark. And then I could just kind of glue those right in place over that. And then as a final touch, for just a little shimmer, I added, over those pink cards, I added Wink of Stella to complete this card. So in one of my previous videos, I had mentioned that I am doing a giveaway, or I will be doing a giveaway. So this is that giveaway. This is just my way of saying thanks to those of you watching my content, to subscribing and commenting. I truly, truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you. And so on to the giveaway. Now, the rules for this giveaway is, I'm so sorry, but it's only open to U.S. residents because the amount of money they're asking to ship this package internationally is just hideous. And so I've decided I'm going to do another giveaway in the next few weeks for everyone, including the international peeps that are watching my channel. So I will definitely make sure that everyone's included in the next one. But for this giveaway, it is U.S. residents only. To win this package, I would love for you to be a subscriber of mine and like this video. But I'm going to pick a winner randomly from all of the comments left down below on this video. And the giveaway is going to go live on the 3rd of February, and it will end on February 10th, so you'll have 7 days to leave a comment down below, and that's how I'm going to pick my winner. I will pick the winner on the 11th and announce the winner in that week's video. I will also try to tag you in the comments section and provide my email for you to get in touch with me. Let me also mention that this giveaway is not sponsored by anyone. This is my giveaway that I'm running on my own channel, and these were all items bought by me with my own money, and I'm going to give it away to someone. Okay, so on to the contents. The first one, and the winner will get all of these things I'm showing, just to be clear. Anyway, the first one is a Sizzix stamp. This one is called Catch a Wave. It's the Adorable Mermaid, and there are some coordinating dies with that one. The second stamp in the package is by Stamps of Life, and this one is called Donuts to Stamp. There is a large donut image with sprinkles, a small donut image with sprinkles, and then several sentiments all relating to donut and happy birthday. And there's some really cute sentiments in that one. I'm also going to include this stupendous clink stamp. I can't remember the name of this one. Anyway, there are a couple of critters, 3, and this one comes with its own coordinating dies as well as a stencil. So you'll get that in the package. And then, like I said, I am slightly a paper hoarder, so I'm going to try to give some of it away. This one is by American Crafts, and this one is like a Valentine's Day themed paper pad. This one is 6x6, and there is 18 papers. And I'm just quickly showing you the patterns that are in this pad. They are single-sided, so I believe you get 2 of each of the patterns. And then I'm going to also include this Glitter Brights matte stack. This is a 6x6 glitter cardstock. They're all very glittery, very glittery. And some of them have 4 colors, and oh, sorry about that, pop that out of place. And most of them only have 2 of the same color. So I'm quickly showing you those. And I made sure I counted these just to be sure. There are 24 sheets, and there are. This paper pad has never been used. It's just that one paper kind of popped out of its place there. And then finally, I'm also going to include in the package the Distress Oxide Worn Lipstick. So there is everything you'll get in the package for this giveaway. Again, it is US residents only, and I'm so sorry for those international folks watching, but I will catch you on the next one. And it'll go live on the 3rd of February, and you'll have till the 10th of February to leave your comments on this video for your chance to win. Anyway, I really want to thank everybody for kind of sticking around and watching my content. I truly appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.